I've been in print on demand for 11 years. In my first 2 months, I did over $50,000, and since then, I have done significantly more. I've created best-selling designs countless times, helped others do the same, and I want to share some of the key lessons that I've learned in my 11 years in this business with you. Firstly, don't listen to anyone that says this is easy, business or print on demand for that matter. If someone says this is easy, there's an ulterior motive there. Saying elements are easy is fine, but saying the business is easy or the overall process is easy is not okay. Some might find it easy, but most will find it incredibly hard. Building a business is a new territory for most people, and it's not a walk in the park. Print-on-demand t-shirt designs are not the same as your classic high street designs you may find in Zara, H&M, Next, and those kind of shops. There will be, of course, some crossover, but what you have to realize is when someone walks into Zara, they have a buying mentality. They're ready to buy. Zara has mass-produced generic designs that talk to the largest group of people to get the most amount of sales possible. They don't have to worry about convincing someone to buy. People are there ready to buy already. On the flip side, a print-on-demand design needs to speak to an individual. It needs to stop them, and it needs to convince them to buy. You may encounter someone stuck in a Facebook scroll, and your ad needs to bring them out of their trance, and creating that same generic design that you see in Zara simply won't do that. You need to create designs that will stop them in their tracks, get them intrigued enough to click on your ad and hopefully buy your item. Understanding what sells with this business model is vital. And even if you're a design guru, it doesn't matter. You need to immerse yourself in print-on-demand designs. That's what's going to make a difference. Make more. More. How many designs are you making every month? 5, 10, 100? Most of the time when people tell me they're struggling, they usually say, I made the best design ever and it's just not selling. I follow up with, you just created one design? And they say, yeah. Or maybe they've made 5 designs. Honestly, I just stand there in disbelief. That's not enough. It's really not enough. New designs are going to move the needle the most in your business, and you should dedicate the first few hours of working every day to creating designs. If you don't personally design, that's also fine, but you should be getting new designs coming into your store every single week. Stop expecting immediate success. Get that out of your head. Like seriously, forget the idea of getting sales tomorrow. If that's your goal, then this isn't the business for you. In fact, I would argue no business is for you. I've done over 7 different businesses in the last 15 years. 5 have been successful, and money was never my goal at the beginning. When money is your goal at the beginning, you will most likely give up fast, because when it doesn't come fast, you'll think you're wasting your time, and I don't want that to happen to you. Make your first goals, X number of designs made a week, or X number of ads made, something that you're in control of. You're not in control of getting sales, like actually people buying. You are in control of the marketing that leads to potential sales. So that's what you should focus on. Now, I understand sales for most is vital because sales is money and we need money to survive. But very few businesses are profitable straight away. If you're looking for immediate money, I would say the best way to do that is by exchanging time for money via a 9-to-5 or a service-based job like an electrician, plumber, photographer. Then use that money to kickstart your own print-on-demand business. Make top customer service a priority. With print-on-demand specifically, $30 that they paid you is never worth an unhappy customer, and even more so not worth a bad review. And with pretty much all businesses, don't piss off your customers. They are not only the ones paying you, but they have a lot of power to kill your business. Refund, be nice, be understanding, and move on. A lot of the time, they'll come back because of how well you treated them. just forget about the $30, the $40, the $50 that they spent with you. I always try to give my customers in any business that I run the best possible experience I can. I want happy customers. If you're happy, I'm happy. Volume negates luck. Sometimes what you need is just more. You might not be doing anything wrong, you're just not doing enough of it. This goes for every aspect. If you're making designs, make more. The more you make, the more chance you have of finding winners. To the outside, people will see you succeed and say, oh wow, look how lucky this person is. They don't see what you actually are going through or what you went through to get here. And the more you put out there, the more opportunities you're giving yourself to actually be lucky with this business. Not just designs, by the way, but mock-ups, ads, anything. The more you put out there, the more chance you are giving yourself of being successful. And the same goes for all businesses. The more people that you call, the more clients you'll get, the more content you make, the more chances that one of your videos or pieces of content will go viral. So remember, volume negates luck. Create designs by research, then make better, then make new. In that order. What do I mean? Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Research what works and emulate it. Let that be how you get yourself off the ground. Kickstart your business with this research. Make the designs better if you think that they can be improved, but 9 times out of 10, they're absolutely fine already. And every so often, maybe bring something new to the market because you always want to keep innovating. But with this business model, using research is everything. Try and have tunnel vision. Put those blinders up and stop focusing on too much at once. There are clear tasks in building this business. Making designs, making mock-ups, making ads, building the store. The list goes on. But these are all very unique tasks that require different focuses, different skills, and sometimes they engage totally different areas of your brain. So make sure to always focus on the task at hand and give it your all. For example, creating designs is very creative and in turn will trigger the right-hand side of your brain. The same side that triggers your imagination, your creativity, your intuition, the things that are important when it comes to designing. And you want to try and get yourself in the flow state. To get yourself into that flow state, you have to go through a struggle phase. It can take time, but when you're in this flow state, you will find you're performing the task at such a high level, so much faster than before, and so much more efficiently. So when you get into that flow state for designing, let's just say, the last thing you want to do is break that up by doing another completely irrelevant, different task. Things like uploading your designs and inputting data. This is using the left-hand side of your brain, and it requires a totally different type of concentration. Don't fall into the trap of needing to do everything at once. When you start focusing on one thing at a time, you'll end up being so much more productive, even if it feels counterproductive. You know what they say, "Ooh, I can multitask." No, you cannot multitask. The work is suffering. Something is suffering. You are lacking somewhere if you are doing multiple things at the same time. When you're making designs, forget about ads. Forget about everything. Give your all for the allotted time that you've given yourself for designs. Then move on. Try using proven methods when you can. A lot of the time, you want to make something new. Maybe because you feel that if you succeed using a proven method, it's not as impressive. It is. It always is. If you tell me you're getting sales, I don't care what method you've used, as long as it's legal. I'm focused on your achievement that you actually got sales, and that's incredible. So, when you can, use proven methods with designs, mock-up, ads, store layouts. If there's a mock-up that is converting higher than all the other mock-ups, use it. There is nothing wrong with learning on other people's dime. If I spend 10 grand testing mock-ups and eventually find the ultimate winner, why wouldn't you use that information? Especially if I'm giving it to you. The information is literally worth 10 grand. You're just lucky because you got it for free. And this happens with everything, with books you read, with videos you watch, with courses you take. Use the information. We always learn more from others that are more successful than us. In books, videos, anything, right? So why does print on demand have to be different? Don't be ashamed to learn from what is working and implement it. Simple sells. I see so many times designers getting offended when someone has success with a t-shirt that maybe has 3 words on it. But what a stupid thing to get offended by. I get comments all the time saying, I'm a designer and this just isn't fair. We work so hard and someone comes along and goes viral because their shirt says 2 words, 1 finger, or something like that. But this isn't a designer's business. Even if you might think it, I'm really sorry to burst your bubble. In fact, 83% of people in our community aren't designers, and they're actually getting sales. They're actually doing this business, and making it work. If you're a graphic designer, awesome. But print on demand is not reserved for designers. You don't need to be a designer to succeed in this business. You just need to be able to identify what makes a good design. So many successful sellers can't design, and that is absolutely fine. Even though you might think this is reserved for designers, or if you're a designer, you have a leg up, you really don't. If anything, it could be a negative, because you're coming into the business with all of these preconceptions of what t-shirt designs should be like, rather than trusting the proven data of what actually sells. And that leads me back to simple sells. More often than not, simple designs sell. If you have a look at designs and you can remove an element without affecting the message of the design, then remove it. It's probably not needed. Every element, every color, every font that you add makes a design harder to look good, because the more you add, the more you need to match. And matching 3 fonts, 6 colors, and 5 graphics is way harder than matching 1 font, 1 color, and 1 graphic. Okay, a slight exaggeration, but even 2 graphics, 2 colors, and 2 fonts is easier to match. So don't go crazy with tons of colors and tons of fonts and tons of different graphics. Focus on a single niche if you're trying to build a brand. If you're selling on Etsy or Amazon, then sure, just add viral, trendy designs as often as possible, more than everyone else. But if you're building a brand and a website, whether that's Shopify, Wix, WordPress, whatever you decide to choose, doesn't matter. Focus on one niche. One niche will bring you a targeted audience, and that targeted audience will bring in repeat customers. One niche will allow you to build a retargeting campaign with ads. There are so many benefits. It took me a while to learn this, but once I did, everything changed. Stop changing printing partners. It won't get you sales, it's just a waste of time. Trust me when I say it, I've tried more than 15 printing partners. Please learn from my mistakes. It's a little different because I was trying them to help you make a decision for this YouTube channel, but it was hindering my business progression massively. I have now picked one partner, and I don't plan on changing unless they really mess up big time. And that partner is Printify. I sell the Gildan 64,000 with Printify, and I use Swift POD within Printify. Changing printing partners for the sake of saving 50 cents per order, or because one isn't getting you sales, is not going to solve your problems. Pick a partner, stick with them. The partner that you pick isn't going to affect your sales. I picked Printify because I like their prices. I like their customer service. I like the shipping times. And like I said, the prices of shipping. And they just worked. We've been with them for around a year now, and it's been so nice not changing. Even though I know people want me to test more for YouTube, I might just test for the sake of testing, but I don't plan on changing again, unless Printify does something absolutely crazy and I need to. But I really don't plan on changing because it's a waste of time. It doesn't matter what you do, just give it your all and you'll be fine. This was a big epiphany for me, realizing it didn't matter what business I went into, just knowing whatever I did, if I gave it my all, and I didn't let myself get distracted by shiny business ideas, then I would be absolutely fine. It's like the shiny object syndrome. Like you keep jumping from idea to idea thinking that's going to make you successful. Stop thinking that. So many people that start a business do so because the last one didn't work. And they thought, if I just change the business, maybe I'll be successful. But the problem here is you're pinning the success of the business on the business choice, not on yourself. And it's on you. So don't give up on one business to chase a silver bullet somewhere else. It's all in here. You can be successful in whatever you do. All of these gurus saying SMA is the best, Amazon is the best, YouTube is the best, print on demand is the best. They're all great. Pick one, stick to it, and give it your all. And don't think moving to another business is going to magically bring success. It's a mindset, and you have to have the right mindset. You'll be wildly successful if you do. And it just so happens that I picked print on demand. I like it. That's why I did it. Always be honest with your marketing. And that goes for any business that you do, or anything in life for that matter. Be honest. With print on demand, if your item takes 7 days to ship, then don't say 3 to 5 days shipping. That is a lie. Don't just tell the customer what they want to hear to get their business. Be honest all the time. The same goes for anything. Take my community, for example. If I'm talking to someone about joining our paid community, I'm not going to say, yeah, sure, you can join with no money. It's easy. You'll see results in a week. That is a lie. And there's no point me saying that, right? I might not be telling people what they want to hear, but I'm telling them what is true. You might want to hear, print on demand is easy and it's passive. But you need to hear it's hard and it's slow. This will, of course, lose you some business if you're being honest, but it will also earn you so much more respect and credibility with the customers that you do get. So always be honest. This whole concept of successful people needing to be ruthless, cutthroat, maybe that's the case, but you don't ever need to be dishonest. You can be ruthless and cutthroat, but you don't need to be dishonest. Right? That's the distinction here. When you realize that this is hard, you'll be far more successful. And I have said this, but not exactly like this. Until you realize that you're going to struggle with some, if not all elements of any business that you go into, you won't succeed. Constantly chasing a silver bullet business is a never-ending journey with no finish line. You'll never find it. So stop jumping from business to business. Realize that this is hard and that it doesn't matter that it's hard. And trust me, you're going to succeed no matter what. Just having that mindset will change everything. Stop hyper-focusing on the product. People are more than happy with a basic Gildan 64,000 t-shirt. It's one of the most popular, all-time best-selling t-shirts. People clearly like it, so don't waste hours upon hours picking out the best t-shirt. Gildan, Bella, Comfort Colors. Pick one and stick to it. Forget ordering 30 different samples and all of that. It's a waste of money and a waste of time. We picked the Gildan 64,000. I did those irrelevant tests. I saw what sold the most. I've made those videos. You can see them. I looked at reviews and all of that. And that's why I picked what I picked. Feel free to copy me or not. But whatever you do, don't dwell on the type of product that you sell. You just want a good quality t-shirt and you can base that off of reviews and just based off of what gets the most sales. Focus on what matters and stop focusing on details that seem important and start focusing on what is actually important. What will actually move the needle a lot more. So many people spend so long optimizing their website before ever even getting a sale. This blows my mind. What are you optimizing if you don't have any sales data? Yes, I understand making a website somewhat good to get started, but the thing that will get you the sales is going to be adding new designs and of course marketing them, not constantly updating and changing your website. Optimizing the website could improve sales by 1% or even a few percent if it was that bad to begin with. But adding new designs brings in the potential of an entirely new income stream with that design. So focus on what moves the needle. Don't take it personally. Sometimes designs won't sell. Sometimes designs are bad. Don't get fixated on it. Move on. Make something new and don't fall in love with a design and think it's the bomb. More often than not, your designs won't sell. That's it. You have to get over it. You have to move on. Out of 10 designs, maybe 1 or 2 will actually do okay. And that's a good statistic. In our community, we do a live design critique call every single week. And that's because designs are so hard, and most times people think that their designs are the bomb. And after the design critiques, people realize what they can fix or what they can change. It's really eye-opening seeing so many different designs. I've probably seen tens of thousands of designs at this point. And this is what this information is based on. So don't get fixated on a design, and don't feel deflated if one doesn't do as well as you hoped. The amount of years I spent making designs thinking, this is it. This is the design. That is my lottery ticket. I'm going to wake up in the morning to thousands of sales and then nothing. It's the most deflating experience and ruins the entire day. And I really feel like a lot of people have felt that as well. Making a design, waking up the next morning thinking your life is going to change. It took me many, many years to learn this and a lot of depressing days. But trust me, when you shift your mindset here, it'll be the most freeing thing that you do in this business. You are not doing print on demand. I know, shocker. Unpopular opinion here. Print on demand is a type of fulfillment. Companies such as Printful, Printify, Gelato, they do print on demand. And I know you might just say, this is just semantics. Who cares? Well, no, it's actually important. Because when you realize you're not a print on demand company, you're an actual brand, your mindset will shift. And not only will it feel more worth it, you'll also feel far more proud of what you're achieving. It's a horrible feeling when someone asks what you do and you say something and they have no clue what you're talking about. Not just that, but because it's not known, it's just looked down upon. No one knows what print on demand is, but everyone knows what building a brand is. If your response is, I'm building a clothing brand, damn, that's cool. People can resonate with that. People understand that. No one knows what print on demand is. It's literally the way a t-shirt is fulfilled when an order is made. It's not a business model. It's just a fulfillment type. Building a brand is the business. Focus on that. It took years for me to realize that, but when I did, I stopped chasing quick wins with t-shirts and started focusing on the business and actually building the brand. Everything changed. I could go on for hours and hours and hours of stories and some experiences, all of it. But these are some of my biggest takeaways from doing this, along with all the other businesses that I've done over the last 11 years. Hopefully you can relate to some. Maybe you can't relate to any. Whatever it is, hopefully you look at print on demand and building a brand a little differently after watching this video. And hopefully you can take my 11 years and probably tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars spent and made in this business and learn from it rather than having to, figure it all out on your own.